Hey there, crafty pals. It's Cassie from Cassie Creates. And today I'm going to show you how I created this 30th birthday card for a friend of mine. At least partially. I didn't really get the very end. I don't know why my video stopped, but oh well. So we're starting off with the MISTI stamping tool. I was trying to kind of figure out the best orientation for the video, and I decided this way works the best. And I'm going to be using these great big numbers. I'm not sure what brand these are because I didn't label them when I got them. And that was a while ago. So I'm sure that there's somebody who can let us know in the comments who knows what brand it's from. But I don't. Sorry. I'm going to close the door of my MISTI, and I cut some time out right here, but I went ahead and lined it up with the grid on my MISTI, the stamps, so that way they were nice and straight. The 3 and the 0 were straight. And now I'm just taking some VersaMark ink and inking it up generously. I've already put my anti-static powder tool down onto my paper and pressing that firmly on there. I believe this paper is 65 pound. I think it's Neenah Solar White. It's definitely a Neenah paper, but I cannot remember if it's the Solar White or the other one that I use. Probably the Solar White. So that is nice and inked on there. I'm going to take my super expensive microfiber cloth and wipe off my letters, or my numbers I should say. No, it was not expensive at all. I got it at the dollar store. And now I'm going to be using some white embossing powder. I'm sure you could do this with other colors. For some reason, this technique really worked well for what I was going for. In terms of like smoothness and stuff, that's not what was happening here. So take it with a grain of salt because it didn't give you perfect results. If you want beautiful, perfect results, I would definitely, look at some other crafters on YouTube. I am sure that, Jennifer McGuire or Kathy Silsky or, and/or would have better ideas for this in terms of making the foiling really smooth. But I wanted kind of bumpy looking foiling, and I thought that this powder, it's kind of bumpy. It's called Snow, and when it melts, it's like this really beautiful, it's off-white. You see that? Oh, it's so pretty. I love it. But it is a little bit rough. It's not super, super, super smooth. But honestly, I really like it. It adds a lot of great texture. I've used it for like ocean waves. I've used it for obviously making snowy backgrounds and little splatters to look like snow. So yeah, this one's a little bit more rough, but there you can see it gives a really pretty shine. And now, after I've heated that completely and I let it cool a little so it's not going to burn my hands, I had some scraps of Heidi Swapp Minc gold foil, and you are not seeing me put this in my laminator, but that is exactly what I'm about to do. So just take a carrier sheet made out of a piece of computer paper or typing paper or, whatever, letter paper, whatever you want to call it, just plain old paper that I have in my printer, and I ran it through my laminator, which is the Heidi Swapp Minc, and I had it on, I think, heat setting 3, but you see how it made some wrinkles in the gold foil? So when I peeled it off, because it had bubbles and wrinkles, it made like this really neat effect that I thought was super fun looking. It wasn't like the gold classes it up a little bit, but still it's kind of got that scratchy looking fun vibe to it. Now, normally I don't use these scissors when I fussy cut, but I misplaced my big scissors, so I had to use my smaller scissors, and I just find for me, I don't get as good of results when I use tiny scissors. I get a lot of sharp edges, but it is what it is. I don't have dies for these numbers, so I just cut it the best that I could. And now I've got that piece ready to go. Now, I wasn't really sure kind of what to add to it. I had this background that I've had for a while. It's made with a gel press, so it's literally just like, I think, Memento, like Bahama blue or Danube blue and grape jelly probably, or the lilac actually is what it looks like. Lilac or Lulu. What is it? Lulu lavender, that's what it is. anyway, my friend that I'm making this for, her favorite color is blue. So I thought, well, this one's blue and it's got purple in it, which is my favorite color. So I thought, well, that would be perfect because then it could be like both of our colors together. And it's a background that I've had forever anyway and wanted to use it up. So went ahead and grabbed it and try to figure out what other things I can add to it. I was originally going to use, you see that stamp up kind of in the top leftish area. That was, says party time. It's going to be kind of crazy to go along with the neat looking 30, but I didn't really like it. I couldn't find a placement for it. I wanted that 30 to be in the center because I think it's a big birthday. It's a big milestone. We both just had our first kids, so it was like, ah, perfect, you know, right in the middle. Now then, I'm going to add a little more detail here by, I've got this, I don't know what you would call it. I guess it would be called a frond, yeah, but like a palm frond. I'm not sure what stamp set this is from either, but I can look it up and put it in the description. I thought it was a Hero Arts, but I am probably mistaken. Anyway, so I'm inking that up with some Memento Tuxedo Black ink. I mean, any black ink I'm sure would do. You can see that these stamps are stained. That's from a different ink. That's not from this Memento ink. Just FYI. So it skipped over the end, but what you see there is that I had finished it off with some flower details that were in that same stamp set. I put it on some Recollections brand gold foiled background there paper from I think it was like a 4x6 paper pack, not a 6x6, that I bought a while back, and then I popped up the 30 with some foam tape, and that's it. It went on to a 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch note card. This is a 10 fold, so it will stand up on its own like it's doing here really nicely. And that's it. That's all she wrote. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks so very much for watching. Just a short one to start us off on this channel. I've never done anything like this before, so thank you for joining me and for listening and for watching. You are more than welcome to hit the subscribe button below, or don't. Either way, I would still love to see you back here. All right, take care.